Good morning, future homeowners. I, I, I think my group is here. I'm trying to make sure I'm on my time schedule because they will shut us off when the break part is over. So I'm not sure from my moderators. I guess my group is in. I will begin talking so that we can stay mindful of the time. And the title of my goal today, I'm Andrea Cooksey, by the way, with Exit Realty 360, also NID Housing Counseling Agency. But today I'm operating as Exit Realty 360 to give you the information about how valuable you are. I want to say that you are more valuable than you think. And I'm making this address to address renters because sometimes renters don't think they have any money. They say poor old renter, but rent is getting high, guys. Rent is not getting cheaper. So you're kind of being forced into home ownership. With that being said, I wanted to talk about there's so many things and so many reasons why you need to consider home ownership. I'm going to use a small example that if you're paying at least $1,200 per month, for the first year, you've already paid $14,400. So poor old renter or valuable like you are, you've paid a lot of rent to your landlord. And I'm just saying, that's not getting any cheaper, okay? And so if you look at that, most people don't like to move because you got to call your cousin, load up your U-Haul, drop your furniture all up down 45, 59 and the local freeways. It's just a mess to get it started, okay? And so people out of just sheer comfort and convenience will stay. So if you stayed in that home for 7 years because you got the route down, you know where your cleaners is, it's easy for you to go. You look up and in 7 years, you've stayed at that same place at the $1,200 a month. Unfortunately, your landlord didn't stay at $1,200. He keeps going up every year, but we're gonna just for round numbers say, call it $1,200 per month. So in 7 years, you've already paid that landlord $100,800, okay? So you got some money. I just want you to know you are more valuable than you think, okay? And so I like to, I'm one of these presenters that I just want to get you thinking, get you charged up, and get you engaged in the understanding why. You need to stay focused for home ownership. Stay on track for home ownership. You've made a commitment today. You could have been doing anything else this Saturday, but you made the commitment to sign on, log on, and see what's going on. So if you did that, I'm sure it's been tugging on you how much money you've been paying that landlord. The fact that you can't paint your walls, you can't plant a tree, you can't do anything. So I'm coming to charge you up and to make you mad enough to stay on course and understand that home ownership is possible, okay? And home ownership is made easy through down payment assistance, okay? I can't give you all in the 20 minutes allotted, but just a short version to know there's as little as no money down payment programs. For my veterans, you can get in for no money down, and there's as much as $150,000 grant. And grant programs are free. That's money you don't have to pay back, guys. So you need to investigate. And when you know that you need some money, because if money to move in has been your barrier because you can't quite seem to think about saving the amount of money you think you need to move in a house. And I say think because a lot of people think they need a whole lot of money to move in. And actually through most of these programs, we have closed people where they have bought as little as 59 cents to the table. I said it, 59 cents to the table. Because with the earnest money, now you have to have some money. Let me first go on record and say this. I'm not saying you cannot have no money to buy a house. You do need to have some money. They need to make sure that you can pay your first house note. Even after they give you these grants, they don't want you trying to hustle up your first house note, okay? So you need to show that if you're gonna pay a $1,200 a month note, that you still have at least 2 months note in the bank, okay? So let's start off with a base of needing at least to have $3,000 to $5,000 as a starter camp of money to get started with. Because with that type of money, you have the necessary seed money available to get you involved with purchasing for a home. How much money you can receive and depends on where the house is located. Of course, the city of Houston, as Mayor Turner indicated in his session when he came on, the city of Houston has more money than anyone and anywhere, but a lot of people don't stay in the city, so they stay in the suburbs, the outer areas such as Katy, Humble, Fort Bend, Missouri City, and there are different programs for different areas. But if you are still interested and want to stay in the boundaries of the city of Houston, you have programs that could give you as much as $150,000 grant. We know for fact that using one of the city programs, most recently, Kingwood, as you know, is part of the city of Houston, and they moved into the Kingwood area, nice home, 3-car garage, and through the city land trust program, which is the home choice program, they were able to get a very nice home, and their house note is only $800 a month. Now, I did start off with my slide talking about rent is at least $1,200, because I cannot find anybody anywhere in the city anything decent to rent for less than $1,500 a month. And y'all know that I'm telling the truth if you're renting. Now, if you've still been renting and you've been in your place for 7 years or more, don't go looking, because you'll be in real shock, because there's nothing out there now like it used to be, okay? But how much money you receive will depend on what area you move into. Some programs may have special designations for first responders, teachers, police officers, firefighters. If you fit one of those categories, there's a pot of money possibly for you. All down payment money, though, must be received through a lender. So you can't go directly to the down payment program and say, well, I heard y'all have some money over here. Can I have some? That's not working like that. You want to put your team together. You want to talk to the real estate person of your choice, interview that person, make sure they understand you looking for some money to help you move in a house. And then through their resources, they can probably identify several lenders that you can participate with that have programs. One of the things that I always suggest is I want you guys, when you start applying for a property, you want to probably look at least 2 lenders, okay? Because lenders all have different programs, and different programs, they have different overlays. They all participate in different things. And so you can stay in control of your destiny and your journey to home ownership. You want to make sure you have options. So I always say apply with at least 2 lenders. You need to have they look at your income. Some of the programs are based on your income. And so they have different charts. And like I say, we're on a short time period now, so I'm trying to make sure I cover everything. But we have charts that tell you what your yearly income is. Most of them require that you attend an 8-hour HUD certified education course. This is a good course. It's very similar to what we're doing here now, but it's broke down a little deeper into the actual specifics that are required for purchasing a home. Most of them have 30-year fixed rate mortgages. You have program guidelines. They look at the debt to ratio, like session 1. The young lady there talked specifically about how to make sure your debt is in line. And as I said earlier, you need to have some money when you get ready to start looking for a home. You just because there's this money on the street doesn't mean you doesn't need some money. So have some money available to help you purchase a home. We have more money on the street now, guys, than I've seen in a long time. I know the inventory is short, and yes, there's a challenge in sometimes finding properties, but I don't want you to get disillusioned that home ownership is not possible. I am a New Light member, and I know Pastor Arisha's speech, her message the other day has been resonating with me, and I've been holding on to it. She said that procrastination and postponement are 2 tools that the devil used to win by default. And so I'm telling you, that rascal gets up every morning trying to get in the mix. Do not give him any default wins. It's possible for home ownership. All you have to do is just start, okay? And if you're paying rent, and you do pay rent because you're not going to eviction court. Everybody, you know, want to make sure they got where they want to stay. When you're paying rent, you can buy a house. And it's a short-term discomfort. And this is a message from Bishop. He's always said a short-term discomfort for a long-range gain. And the long-range gain is home ownership, the keys to your home, where you can plant a tree, you can, you know, paint the color of your house, and you don't have to pay pet deposits, okay? So I have my colleague, Miss Linda Parker, who's also a New Light member. And that's Linda's phone number. I told her that I was gonna put her phone number up there. But please give us a call. We will be happy to just start you on your right road to home ownership. Home ownership is possible. I tell people all the time, if you're trying to go to Dallas, that's 45 North. So you shouldn't be roaming around on I-10 east to west. So if you're trying to go to home ownership, look at home ownership. And there are so many programs out here, guys, that can work with you for home ownership. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. And whatever happened with the credit, it didn't happen overnight. So don't let things that you think are barriers stop you from at least trying, okay? You just get up, take the first step, and make an application, okay? With the application, they want some information from you. So if you don't like giving people your information, you're gonna have to, take a Tylenol, Valium or something to make sure you're gonna have to give up. Those check stubs, they want to see those bank statements. They want to see all 3 pages, guys. Even the last page that don't have nothing on it. Don't worry about that. Understand one rule when you start applying for these homes. The person who has the money, they make the rules. The person who needs the money, you have to follow those rules. So for a short period of time, you're just not running that part of it. You just want to participate, okay? And it's not hard. It's really not hard because you're paying rent. And every time you think that you can't do this, I want to make sure you go add up how much you have paid in rent receipts. And that's going to help get you back on track because the landlord wants his money every first of the month, just like the house note. But at the house note stage, you can come to an end. You can pay for these houses, guys. They got cars right around here on the street that's $100,000. You pay for them in 9 years. So I'm just saying, they stretched it out. It used to be 3 years, but they know to make them payments happen, you got to stretch it out to about 9. So, I got a little thing, and I know I make people mad when I say this, but hey, if you have a Land Rover and a landlord, you're in violation and you need a ticket, okay? That's just my thing. Because I know, and I put it down there, the BMW, the Mercedes, Cadillac. In other words, if you're driving more than you living, then you need a ticket because that means you have invested in 4 wheels that can be ended on any intersection, okay? So get the keys to your house so that you can have generational wealth for you, your children, your grandchildren on down. And our elders, our grandfathers and our elderly people with 3rd grade educations own more property than we did, okay, than we do. So I just need my new group. I'm part of the new old folks too, by the way. I'm getting ready to get my official red, white, and blue card. So I got to quit calling people over 60 old folks because I done joined that group now. So look, I'm just saying, our grandfathers bought property, guys. We getting checks from some people that with 3rd grade educations bought acreage of property. But yet we got more education, but we don't own nothing. But it's time for us to get our piece of what's out here. So if I need to send you one of these cards so you can put it on your refrigerator, so every time you open the refrigerator, you can see. If you got, that Land Rover, that BMW, that Mercedes, or that Cadillac, and you don't have the keys to your house, you are in violation, and I'm giving tickets, for those people that's paying that rent. Because remember, you've paid over $100,000 if you're paying at least, 7 years or $1,200 a month. And it's not much that's left out there that's $1,200 a month. If you still at a $1,200 a month rent, that means your landlord is not one of the properties I manage. So that rent has gone up. I mean, it just happens to be a part of what goes on in life. So guys, look, invest in yourself. As I said, you're more valuable than you think, okay? How my timekeeper look? Are they about to shut us off? I wanted to make sure I got that message in before they cut us off. And I know there will be opportunities for question and answers at the end of our sessions. We're kind of like running through a lot of information, but it's a trigger point just to get you guys on page. And just keep that Land Rover in mind, okay? And I'm Andrea Hilliard Cooksey, and it's been my pleasure to present to you. I've got 43 years in the business, and I wrote it up, Mastering the Real Estate Highway of Success. So make sure you get on this journey to home ownership. It's very, very possible, guys, to do it. And with that being said, how my timekeepers looking? Are they about to shut us off? Did I make that into 20 minutes?
You still have 4 minutes, big sister. You still have about 4 minutes and 22 seconds. So we had a few people who were asking for more information in regards to the community land trust. So if you want to maybe go over that a little bit more.
I would like to give you guys at least 2 websites. One of them is the HoustonLandBank.org, HoustonLandBank.org, and also the HoustonCLT.org. Those are 2 websites, HoustonCLT.org. With both of those websites, each of those websites, they both have 2 home buyer programs each. In the land bank program, they have up to $30,000 that they can give you to help purchase a home. This is for families who want to purchase home and land. And that $30,000 will offset your cost so that you can have an affordable house note. Under Houston CLT program, it's a very unique program, and they also have 2 programs. Under that program, you do not own the land, you do a 99-year lease on the land. And I know some people say, oh, I want to own my land. Look, this program is not for everyone, but for any of my East Coast family on the call, do you know how rent control works in New York? You can be living in a building that the rent is $10,000 a month, and you paying $2,000 a month. Well, make that scenario for this program. You're able, I've watched my senior citizens who maybe started the home ownership journey at a later life. And so this is a perfect program because now you can get a home and your house notes are not exceeding $750 a month. And you have the same rights as home ownership. You just pay home, you don't pay for the taxes on the land. So I'll be happy to go more in detail with you, but on those websites that breaks it down. But the difference is the monthly payment. So if you're a monthly payment conscious, I've seen my senior citizens benefit this because I know most of you are on fixed incomes because you've already retired and different situations have your income limited. So having a house note under $1,000 a month is a very needed situation in order for you to participate. And this community land trust program offers that opportunity. I also have seen my single mothers with kids. When you have a base amount to operate with, you're able to afford a different lifestyle for your family because now you can have a backyard for your kids and the safety net of your own home versus living in the multifamily situation. So there are some unique programs out there, and not every program fits everyone, but there is a program for you. And I just want to encourage you to investigate and search out the one that best fits you. Every program doesn't fit everybody, but there is a program that can help you not invest in your landlord instead of investing in yourself. You are more valuable than you think. So I wanted to make sure you know that. I see Mr. Clarence is telling me I got 1 minute, so we'll be available for other questions after the fact. There's Miss Linda Parker's phone number, 832-661-8198. But we'll be happy to reach out to you. They will be following up with you as a group, as an organization. I am one of the past presidents the Houston Black Real Estate Association, and I'm looking at my new leadership shine. So we're so happy to see us engaged. And in my new title now, I'll be going across the country. So congratulations, home ownership. And remember, if you driving that Land Rover and still have a landlord, you're in violation and you need a ticket. So thank you guys. I think they're gonna take us back to the screen, but we will be available for later. It's been my pleasure. Thank you.